some of this album is a little bit of a departure for me, but I don't want to freak my fans out by thinking that we went and cut an album that's going to cross over or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's just some songs on there that I wouldn't have cut earlier in my career, and so metaphorically, Off the Beaten Path made sense to me. The fact that some of it is a little bit of a departure for me, and then literally that's where I feel most comfortable, is out in the woods or on the lake or wherever. Kind of, that's how I unplug from all this stuff. Putting an album together is kind of like a puzzle. You got to piece this together and that together, and I never say it needs to be 10 songs or it needs to be 12 songs, or it just is what it is, and you kind of know it when you know it. And I'm lucky that my record label allowed me to cut 16 songs. The other advantage to that is we don't get to do this but every couple of years, just the way the timeline is in this business, and so I'm happy that we can give the fans as much music as we can, because again it might be another couple of years before we get to do it again. I don't know if there's one specific song on this album that represents where I am musically. I think they all do, or I wouldn't have cut them. The whole body of work represents where I am musically. I love every song on the album, or I wouldn't have put them on the album. There's funny songs on there, there's beer drinking songs on there, there's love songs on there, and depending on the day, I'm one of those things. That's why I love music in general. It can make you want to have a good time, it can make you cry, it can make you happy or sad or anything. So I think the album as a whole that represents where I'm at right now. It's definitely a balancing act between being the guy out there who likes to have a good time and drink a beer and throw a party on stage, and going home and being a dad, or going to the bus after the show and being a dad, because I do both, But I think a lot of guys are like that. That's why the love songs I have put out have been the ones I have, Till My Last Day and Point at You are really the same idea. Hey, I ain't gonna be perfect, but I'm trying, and I'm gonna be as good to you as I can be. That doesn't mean I ain't gonna have too much to drink one night and have to have you take care of me, honey, but that's real life stuff, It's not the moon and the stars and your eyes are so pretty and all that stuff. I mean, I can't do that stuff. So to me, that's how I balance it out. I try to find songs that are as real as possible, and all the things in this song I've done or would do, The nucleus of this album is a collection of songs that, my fans would be accustomed to hearing from me. But it was also my intention to cut an album and stretch myself as an artist and grow as an artist in order to help grow my fan base to a level it hadn't been at yet. And, specifically the music on the radio's changed since I've gotten into this business, and you got to keep changing with it. You have to, the balancing act is trying to figure out how to stay true to who you are and at the same time grow. And, I think that we did that on this album. My producer found this song from a publisher and played it for me, and instantly I thought it was a hit record, and it's one of those songs to me that was one of those songs I could have written, or it sounded like I could have written it. If I could have written it, I would have, I guess. But I think prior to Till My Last Day, I don't know if I'd have cut it, because I didn't really do any love songs prior to Till My Last Day. But with the success of that, I thought Point at You was a perfect extension of that song and a follow-up. And I'm really careful about love songs and outside songs that I cut. And again, I just thought this one was so me that I was all about it. Probably my favorite song off the album, and probably my favorite song I've ever recorded, is That's How I Know You Love Me. It's probably, even though I didn't write it, it's one of the most truthful, straight to the point songs about me and my wife's relationship that I've ever heard, and so I think that shows a bit of both. It's about the guy who, maybe wasn't as good at being a husband or father or person as he could be, and then thanking his significant other for molding him, helping him become that.